I'll tell you that. So let's just jump right on into it. It's my first time doing a live food review. No cuts, no edits. It just is what it is. We're just going to have some fun with this right now. So let's just get started and have a good time here. So without further ado, YouTube and social media, peep this out, guys. It's Ian K back again with another one for you on a live stream right now on YouNow and YouTube. Here with you guys to take a look at a returning item, believe it or not, from good old Mickey D's. And let me just tell you guys right now, I actually reviewed this item 3 years ago, the very first time, the McRib. Now this is a guilty pleasure if there ever was one. Definitely a barbecue saucy situation. It's going to be a very saucy situation, I can already tell you right now. It's been a very long time since I've had it. Let me pop one of these open because I've got a couple of them here, one for later. Sorry, it's one of my favorite things. And it has been a while. So let me pop this open and I'm going to get this on a plate, actually underneath the plate, just in case. So you guys can take a look at how closely that resembles the advertising that McDonald's does for this. And it's actually not so bad, I do have to say. This looks pretty amazing, I do have to tell you there. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, the McRib is essentially a processed piece of pork. Essentially, they take a whole ground up section of pork, put it into a mold, and then that actually is basically formed into what it looks like, almost like rib bones a little bit there. So I'm going to try and show you some of this. Not too much sauce on the bun, which is a good thing. But let me get a little closer for you guys so you can see some of the ridges right there. Kind of see, it kind of really is just a big piece of meat. So all of you guys that are in there shooting off messages right now, I will be answering a bunch of stuff in just a second. But I wanted to show you guys the Mcrib Up-Close. Essentially, it is a very, very long piece of pork on a sesame seed-like bun, I should say. It's got pretty much kind of like a nice dusting on the very top there, which is kind of nice. But really, really saucy. So let me just get into this, give this a try. It's been a very long time. Saucy, a barbecue pork drenched, a barbecue sauce drenched piece of pork, essentially, is what it is, as I'm getting tongue twisted here. The McRib, back again for 2016 over here at McDonald's. Here in my apartment, actually. Let's try it. Oh my God. I gotta say, it really is delicious. There's something about it. It's very unique in its own right. The texture, the sauce, it's got just the right amount of tang. The barbecue sauce just pops on it. The meat is fairly juicy. This one that I got here is about 10 minutes old, so it's still kind of warm. I pretty much got it quickly right before I started the live stream here. But man, it is just very, very rich in barbecue flavor there. And a little on the sweet side too. I mean, you expect barbecue sauce to be sweet, right? I mean, it should be. And it is pretty nice for a fast food spot, I do have to say too. Oh man. The pickle snap, the onions, that's off the chart. That is off the chart. One more bite real fast. Man. I'm dropping onions all over the place. One last close-up, because I'm all about peeping it out up close, you know. I do love my close-ups. I do my best to make you as hungry as possible with a little bit of creative pop in the videos that I do. But man, this is just fantastic. Really, really, really good stuff. And I do have to say, I have really missed the McRib without a doubt. All right. Rinse the palate. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. All right. A lot of highlights with that one. Obviously, the rich, tangy sauce, very good. The pork patty itself, it's just like I remember it when I first had it a few years back. Very juicy. The bun itself has some pretty nice softness to it as well. The pickles, a little acidity added to the overall flavor on top of the crunch of the onions. It really is just a very decadent holiday treat for what it is there. It doesn't come out very often. It wasn't out here on the West Coast a year ago, so it's been a couple of years since it's been back, but very, very delicious. So guys, on that bomb sexy for your face scale of 1 to 10, think I'm going to give the McRib a 9 out of 10. The only way that it would be 10 would be if, well, you know what? I'm going to have you guys search out my original review, and I'll tell you exactly why it would be a 10 out of 10 if it was one particular feature added to it to make it a 10. So if you guys want to open up a separate window on YouTube, search Peep This Out McRib. Take a look at one of my first videos from 3 years ago and go easy, because it was definitely just, my beginning. So I was definitely trying to get my footing on a few things there. But some of the stuff that I've done is still kind of carries over to what I do today. And, it would be something to kind of laugh at, if anything. Drop some comments down below for you guys that are watching this on the replay, and let me know what you guys thought of the original McRib video that I did on top of what this one is, because obviously I can't really rate the score any more than what it already is to begin with that I did the first time. And I just wanted to basically, kind of see how it was going to be. And I really was not satisfied, or is not dissatisfied whatsoever, I have to say. So tasty, tasty, tasty. Mickey D's doing it up over here. And incidentally, I live in an area that actually has a lot of fast food restaurants around pretty much a 5 or 10 mile radius from where I live. So that's kind of where I network and kind of get into it there. So it was very quick for me to kind of set everything up, making sure I have everything ready to go, and then do this quickie food review for you there. But again, the McRib, if you guys are fans of the McRib, you know exactly what to expect from it. It really is pretty awesome. And I can see why it's not on the menu all year round. Obviously a little bit more of a premium, I think, for the type of meat that they use. But it doesn't taste like a fast food sandwich or burger to me. And I think that's mostly because of, as I'm losing the box, of the sauce, which I really like. It's very unique. The barbecue sauce that McDonald's uses is just pretty well done, and it really works very well on the McRib. So easily a bomb sexy for your face scale of 1 to 10, 9 out of 10 for sure. And this is definitely something I will be coming back to a little bit later, after a whole bunch of cardio later this afternoon, after we do all this stuff here. So I appreciate you guys checking out. That was the quickie. Basically, it's my first time ever doing a live food review. I appreciate Fast Food Pit Stops giving me the hand claps on YouNow. Very, very nice. Thank you so much for that. What I'm going to do is I am going to jump over to YouTube Live now. So for you guys that are on YouNow, let me just see if I can answer some of the questions from you guys, and then I'll jump over to YouTube Live, and then we'll do most of the question and answer stuff if you guys have anything. And I'll discuss a few things. I've got a plan for what I want to do with this format, especially going into 2017, so I'm going to be giving you a little preview of a few things in terms of what I've been doing some research on and what you can expect in the next few weeks, which is going to be kind of fun. So on YouNow here, Morgan, hey, thanks for joining. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I was looking forward to doing this ever since the first time. Just a blast to do, an absolute blast. Let's see here. Drake Drive asking towards the middle of YouNow in the beginning there. Can you talk about your vision for the channel? And actually, it just scrolled up here. Hang on one second. Let me see. Are you hoping to become a big YouTube star? I'm going to go into that when I talk about the vision for this format. So I'll tell you a little bit about my channel, what I have planned, and then what I'm thinking of. So Drake, I will come back to that, and I'll definitely answer that for you. All right, main page. You want to see it in the video uploads? Okay, cool. All right, everybody is on here. Looks like the endorsement is in there too. Very nice. And that McRib is leaving some onions all over the place right now. All right, let's see here. The endorsement, pillows. Yep, we already know. I'll give you a little play-by-play with that in the a little bit down the road here. Okay, guys, anyone on YouNow, I'm going to be jumping over to the YouTube Live section, so let's pop on over, and I will answer as much as I can without keeping you too long, because it's already almost 20 after, and I was kind of figuring in the 20-25 minute range, but given that we had some technical glitches, we'll go for just a little bit here. All right, let's see here. I'm going to start kind of scrolling from the very top of the list here, and I'll kind of skim through, and I apologize if I don't answer every single question that I'm seeing here, or some, but I'll try and answer a few and then skip down to the very bottom. Let's see, can we sometimes review Alberta's Mexican food? Yeah, you know what? Flutter Pony Legends actually asked, can you sometimes review Alberto's Mexican food if you have one in the area? Try something like a bean and cheese burrito with sour cream. It's my favorite. Add pico de gallo. I don't know about that. And guacamole too. So I'll look into that. There's actually a Mexican food review I've been contemplating on doing because I don't really have too many that I've done except for some of the fast food stuff. So we'll have to see. Justin, we have to stop meeting like this. Yep, this is the official one here. The official stream. Okay, Curly Man is viewable, cool. Will be the highlight, most underrated foodie YouTuber. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the comment and you noticing my content, and your opinion, of course, I appreciate. I definitely try. I'm having a lot of fun in my little section of YouTube there, so definitely a lot of fun. But definitely thank you for the support. All right, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. Peace and happiness. Have I ever reviewed anything from Boston Market? Haven't done anything from Boston Market. They actually kind of closed up shop around here. I don't really have one close by. Kind of have to travel a ways to do that. So that'd be something I might want to look into. I know they have a few things. And a lot of my other fellow food review buddies in the community have definitely done Boston Markets. There's been some great content. JKM Crave TV is pretty up there with that too. There's done a few Boston Market reviews, and there's a few that are pretty good. AT&T, have you tried the cheesy tots at Burger King? Yes, I have. I just recently reviewed that a few days ago, so you'll find that at the most recent uploads that I've done in my channel and also in the BK playlist that I have set up. What's the worst thing you've ever reviewed on this channel? Well, you know what? I would probably have to say it might be the bacon soda, if I remember correctly there. When I got married, almost, it'll be 2 years next month, actually. I actually reviewed one of these Lester sodas that I gotten from a buddy of mine. It was Michael Barnhill from Cool Barnhill Vids. Sent me this, or I think Brian_reviews. There's a few reviewers out there that we are all in the community. We used to send things back and forth to one another, and I received a package with something called bacon soda, and I tried it, and it was absolutely just rancid. I mean, it's a novelty, for what it is. So definitely no bueno on the bacon soda. Aside from that, I have a few miscellaneous things I've done in the past that usually rates. Anything less than a 5, something has to really suck for me to have it go anything lower than a 5. Either the experience that I've gone through with it or just in general, just something just wasn't really good. Case in point, my recent Steakhouse Burrito review from Taco Bell. Something happened during the making of my version when I reviewed it, and I had to review it as is, and I'm very legit when I do my stuff, so I wasn't going to take it back, have them fix it, and do that type of thing. So I wanted to make sure that I put it out as I got it, and it was just extremely salty. I mean, I couldn't really taste anything else in it there. So I have yet to try it again since that time, but I will be coming back to it just before it probably leaves the promo there for what it is. So let's see here. Dark Revenge Productions. Hey, good to see you guys. Old Nerd Reviews is in the house. Definitely did his first live stream last night that I missed. I was doing a little PS4 gaming late night trying to save Gotham City and Arkham Knight. I apologize. Doing a little relaxation. But I caught some of the replay and definitely I'm glad you had a good time with it, Tony. Definitely had you got a good time with it. Fast food pit stops, bomb, sexy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are united like the Avengers. The food review community is pretty much a close-knit group, I would say. I mean, it's kind of like they say, friends are like stars. You may not always see them, but when, you know that they're there, that type of thing. We always pop in every so often on each other's content. We definitely watch each other's content. I know for a fact that regardless of comments and stuff like that, we know everybody watches everybody. So it's just a matter of, that community and that niche. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm a very big proponent of just the community aspect of doing this type of thing. And just the fact that you guys spend as much time as you do watching what people like myself and others in the community have to say about these things blows me away. So I'm really a huge, huge fan of not only the format of doing this type of thing, but also of just the idea of just people wanting to take an interest and see what you have to say. And if you're bringing a creative spin on it and you're showing it in a certain way and that resonates with people, that's just an awesome feeling. So the fact that I even have 1 or 2 people watching this right now, which is crazy. Right now it says we have 20 watching on the stream here for the live stream. And then on YouNow, let me jump back on over here. Got a bunch of people that are in here as well too there. Again, anyone who's on YouNow at the moment here, switch over to YouTube Live, and you can see the longer chat there with just a lot of people that are in there as well. I see my buddy Fit over in Australia, over on the other side of the planet there, is logged in there. One of my subscribers as well. A lot of you guys, I see the names and I recognize the names and obviously the avatars. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend some time with me today. All right, let's go a little further here. Maldito, I'm going to get myself a McRib right now with some McWater on the side. You know what? That's exactly what I've got in my Joker cup from Six Flags Magic Mountain. Got this from my brother-in-law for my birthday this past September. It's kind of like an embossed Joker face, which I kind of like over here as well too there. I'm a huge Batman fan. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm just a huge fan of Batman and all avenues there. Movies, comics, all that stuff. They're just a huge fan. All right, let's see here. Old Nerd Reviews. The meat is from a processed cow. I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but for the times that I've seen this produced, and there are some videos on it, it's pork. That's all I have to say. It's pork. All right, Anthony, nice cup. Thank you. I really love this cup. It's awesome. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right. The endorsement can be very persuasive, says Justin from Fast Food Pit Stops, which incidentally, if you guys recognize some of these names in the chat right now, Old Nerd Reviews from Tony, JKM Crave TV over on YouNow, and I believe it should be over on this side as well too there. Fast Food Pit Stops from Justin. The endorsement also is Eric, E we call him. All top-notch people in the game doing what they do. I mean, there are some amazing people in the community that are putting out product that is just entertaining, informative, you know, with styles that are completely unique into their own. It's just an awesome thing to watch. Any of those people that you're seeing in the chat right now, you need to make sure that you definitely head over to their channels. Pretty much the avatars that you see are going to be the same of when you get over there. Like, share, subscribe to their channels without a doubt. And by the way, do that with me too. I don't know, in case you noticed, I have a little subscribe action behind me over here. I would appreciate it greatly there. We're all one big happy family that way. And it's about pushing that category forward. You know, anyone can sit in the car and talk about food and give you their view, but it's the way that they do it, how they do it. Is it entertaining? Is it informative? Is there something about it that resonates there? There are so many people that do it and so many people that do it really well. And I feel very fortunate to know a lot of these people that do it there. Obviously with Ken Domick and Dame Drops as well. They're fantastic people. I had a blast at CraveCon not that long ago, a few months ago with them, and they're just great people also there. Everyone behind the scenes, I can tell you, is legit. I mean, there's nothing phony, there's nothing fake. I mean, what you see is what you get. The personalities are there. You know, it's really just a really awesome experience to interact that way, and just to be part of the community that way. So for you guys who are thinking of doing this type of thing, just take the first step. It doesn't matter if it's horrible, if you think it's bad. If I take a look at my first video, looking at what I did then compared to what I do now, and I'm still overly critical about what I do now, you know, honestly, you got to just do it and take the step. And you'll probably find that you'll like it. Either you do or you don't. But, you know, trial by fire is usually the best way to get things done, without a doubt. All right, let's see here. What was my favorite fast food item that I have reviewed? Oh man, you know, it is really hard to say one because I have done so many. But if I've had to say favorite, the one thing that jumps out at me was a review. And by the way, that came from Peace Happiness, by the way. Thank you so much for joining, Peace, by the way, too. Favorite fast food item, I would say, you know what, because you said fast food, I was going to say there was a spot I went to here in Pasadena called Melt It. Melt It is a local grilled cheese stop, and if you know anything about grilled cheese, and I'm sure all of us do, off the chain. I mean, they had a pulled pork grilled cheese sandwich that can literally kill a small elephant with the amount of amazing goodness that was in this. And I only say a small elephant because this thing was massive. The pork, the cheese, just the mac and cheese, it was just so incredibly decadent. I mean, literally. You felt super guilty eating it, and you would kill off a small animal if you did finish it. But it really was pretty amazing. It really was. But in terms of fast food, you know, we have In-N-Out here on the West Coast, and I always come back to that as my fallback. So for me personally, I'm going to say probably In-N-Out being fast food. I know it's not a national thing. In some places it's starting to pop up, but there's something unique about the way that the caramelization is on the patties, the way that they make it. And when you get it animal style, when they take the grilled onions and they kind of cook that in with the sauce and the spread and the cheese, and oh man, it's ridiculous. I almost feel guilty having this right now because I kind of feel like going into getting a double-double. So yeah, without a doubt, it is definitely on it for sure. Jason Callan, there he is. How about reviewing some canned bread like my bread? Jason Callan, actually. Oh, somebody is that the real Jason Callan? Is that the real Jason Callan? Got to make sure these are the real people here. Got to make sure these are the real peeps here. But if you are the real Jason Callan, you already know definitely it is not the real Jason Callan, as I highlight there. But for those of you guys who don't know, Jason Callan is also another one of the more popular peeps over in the food review community. Does a lot of videos, a lot of content coming out every single day, which is awesome. There's a lot of stuff to look at from Jason. So the imposter, the doppelganger, we'll just move past right now. And the Berkshire bacon. Would I review bacon in a can? No, there's only one way to eat bacon, man, and it's extra crispy right off the grill, and especially in burgers and sandwiches. So no. Sorry. Okay, Alex asks, have you ever had Rallies or Checkers? You know, that A1 burger just came out, and I got to be honest, I am afraid to eat certain things because I know what's in them. And when you see the calorie counts and you see the sodium levels, and I'm all about the balance, I know that too. I know I could not really finish that. And to do the review and to kind of really give you the thoughts on something that I don't think I would really finish, I don't think would be, I would think it would probably be a little disingenuous, just a little bit there. So for me personally, their food doesn't really strike me as something that I really want to check out. There's nothing that makes me want to jump and like I have to do it. And we have one not far from here. But if anything does come along that's interesting enough that I can kind of balance it out, then I'd probably consider doing that. But for right now, I can't see that as happening in the near future. All right, let's see here. Collab with Bob from Food Use. Okay, I'll have to take a look at Bob from Food Use. But thank you for the imposter Jason Callan. Let's see, Rallies kicks ass. Okay, guys, keep in mind any foul language. I know it's a family show, but there are certain settings I have on my YouTube setup here that block certain comments, so I can view them, but you guys may not be able to see it. So just in case if I'm not answering some of those things, that if you're just being boisterous, of course I'll definitely acknowledge, but be careful. All right, 7.3, 10 out of 10, very cool. All right, on your earlier videos, okay, interesting question here, and we'll take a few more because I know we're coming up past the halfway point. Curly Man asks, on your earlier videos, you were charismatic and I love the drive-through beginnings. How come you don't do videos where you go through the drive-through anymore? You know, part of the reason that I've actually held back on doing those since up until recently is because I have a brand new camera that I'm using. And the previous camera that I had, Curly, actually was a lot smaller. So I was able to kind of mount it, and I had a mount on my dash, and I was able to do that. So I haven't actually gotten an attachment for this newer one because it's a larger camera. Maybe for the next review, I'll actually bring it out. I don't want to walk away from the camera right now to get it and waste time. But I don't have the mount for my dash to actually put it up there. So that's really why I haven't really done too many drive-through reviews. And as much as I like doing that, I like to kind of maybe throw that in every once in a while at the same time. I like to kind of show the restaurants that I'm at now or the places that I go, and I kind of cut away and I show you where I'm at and what I'm going to be doing and taking a few shots of that just to kind of give you a little bit of that, that look like that. But as soon as I can get that mount situation fixed up there, I may do a little bit more. I do plan on getting a little mini camera that I can maybe suction to my dash and maybe do those types of segments, so that way I'll have that footage. So look for that maybe in the near future. I've got a few things that I'm working on there. Fit, it's morning. Yes, it is definitely a day ahead for you guys over there. Good morning, good morning. Would you do a video with 70-star Rodney Allen Rippey? I don't know who that is, and I'm sorry to say that, but you're gonna have me Googling after this live stream right now. All right, Walker Paulson asks here: KFC versus Popeyes versus Church's versus Chick-fil-A. Oh man, this is a tough one because I have to admit, look, I'm just gonna be flat out. I'm just gonna tell you right now, KFC at the very bottom. I'm sorry to say it. I have maybe just a couple of reviews from them. They just don't come out with enough quality product, or different product, I should say, in the amount of time to really make it competitive where it really kind of wants to rank. You can only hang on 11 herbs and spices for so long. In this environment, I think with fast food, you got to have something. That's why I think Popeyes and Church's that are rotating every month, coming out with a lot of those things, they definitely are pushing the envelope with that. Now, it's a different flavor naturally. So if you love KFC's flavor, I'm all for it. It's great. But when it comes to the promotions and it comes to different types of products there, I would have to say Popeyes at the top, Church's, and then KFC. And I'm going to say Chick-fil-A in a special category off to the side because they are completely unique with the way that they do their chicken. And I think it's a little bit different because they're really more of the sandwich style. They do have the nuggets, that type of thing, but it's primarily the sandwiches that they have going for them. And I love Chick-fil-A. I'm going to tell you right now, I love Chick-fil-A. So in terms of the first three, Popeyes, Church's, KFC, but Chick-fil-A, I'm sorry, is just in its own category by itself. As far as I'm concerned, I love it. Let's see, Jason Callan, the unofficial Jason Callan. I love your affection, your vids, Ian. We noticed the effort. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have a lot of fun doing the creativity part of putting my reviews together. It's really kind of like a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it kind of goes back to a little bit of my schooling from back in college there, broadcast journalism background and that type of thing. So I have a lot of fun creating. But thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it there. Let's see. We have Jamie just got here. Welcome. Let's see. Old Nerd. I think KFC is spraying Windex into their chicken now. It sure tastes like it lately. You know, I haven't had it in a while, but you know what? My buddy, the endorsement, made the pilgrimage to check out this Georgia Gold chicken. I forgot the state where he went. I don't think it was Georgia, but it was definitely a state where he was at, where they were test marketing that. We don't have that here on the West Coast yet, but he did a review of that. Look up the Georgia Gold chicken from the endorsement. That's something that I definitely want to try. Basically a honey mustard barbecue type of thing. And that's what I think really KFC needs to do. I mean, come out with some of these things a little bit more, you know? It's really something that needs to be. All right, let's see. All right, I think we're towards the bottom of the chat for YouTube Live. And let's see, Jaime says, wow, I'm late. No worry, we got a few more minutes here. I'm going to be on for just a few more minutes since we started a little bit late. Under YouNow, let me see here. I'm jumping over just real quick here. Let's see, we've got BC Flanagan. Have you heard about the steak burger seasoning at Steak and Shake? Yes, I have, and I actually have got one review for Steak and Shake in there that I have to do. There's actually a few. There's the Shake Shack, which I did in Vegas recently, which just opened up in a town called Glendale, close to where I live in Pasadena. So I'll be doing that in the near future. I have them on the schedule for December. So I have some things coming up there. But I've heard of the Steakhouse steak burger, and I definitely want to do a few things over at Steak and Shake for sure. They've got some amazing stuff. All right, so let me come on over and I want to go back to Drake Drive asking me about the vision for my channel and if I want to become a famous YouTuber, that type of thing. And then I'll answer some more questions, starting over with I guess the comment from Walker Paulson for El Pollo Loco, and then I see Justin Fast Food Pit Stops right underneath it there. Let me see. Let me just go back to Drake Drive. I believe he asked about the vision for the channel. So anyway, when I first, this will be real quick too there, just so you guys know. When I first started my channel, I wanted it to be multi-category, and it's part of the reason why I've always had food, movies, TV shows, and tech in the very top of my name, Peep This Out. And the reason for that is because I just wanted to have a little bit more variety. And basically, you know, a little bit more. I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into one particular genre and then that would be it. So I wanted to keep that door open. And that's one of the reasons that I've never taken those IDs down, is because I basically want to kind of come back to those every so often. If something comes up that I want to review that may be, you know, a movie that I've done, and I've done a few things. If you look at my content on my playlist for my channel, I've got a lot of things that are set up. So you guys can see pretty much everything there is set up by fast food, restaurant, just restaurants in general. But I also have tech reviews, movie reviews, Walking Dead that I've done in the past. So that's the reason why I keep that on the very top of my name, because that content still exists. But what I plan on doing with my channel as I get further into this coming year, and I've already kind of taken some steps in the background, is incorporating this format once I can kind of master the YouTube live aspect of it there, because I think what I'm going to do with the next round of this is just do exclusively on YouTube live, so that way I can have it immediately accessible and I'm not kind of rooting around trying to find it. For some reason, I don't know why it's like that. But I'm going to be actually doing a lot of those types of other content categories in this format live off the cuff with you, and that way I can focus on the creative end of what I'd like to do, which is, I got to be honest, I really just love creating food reviews and creating that type of dynamic and using the graphics and the effects and doing the close-ups and doing all of those things there. Where with the other categories, it works okay, but in terms of the excitement level, I enjoy it, but it's just one aspect of what I do. So I'd like to use the other categories, and if you guys agree or disagree, definitely drop a comment. If you guys are watching this on the replay, drop a comment down below in the description there and let me know what you guys think. But I'd love to do some of the off-the-cuff reviews for movies and for certain maybe shows and things that I'm into, tech stuff possibly even, live, so that way you guys can kind of get the information and then we can knock it out. And those would be a lot shorter live reviews because it would be specifically for that. So I am planning on doing one for Rogue One because I'm super excited about that movie. And that's going to be something to look forward to. So we're going to definitely see about that. But in terms of me becoming a big YouTube star, if I can become, kind of known for something from this, that's great. I'm just trying to produce the best content that I can. And obviously, like every other YouTuber out there, we're trying to get our stuff noticed and get it noticed by people. And I've definitely worked with people in other industries and avenues and things that I've done film-wise and things that I work, in terms of on the side. So there are things that I actually come from that naturally. But would I like to be a big YouTube star? That would be fun. I'm not going to deny it. It would be a lot of fun. But the goal for me, honestly, is to really just keep pushing the content, getting that subscriber base forward like everybody. And if I can make a little bit of change off to the side doing it too there, that's kind of fun too, to kind of put the effort in and get paid a little bit for the effort that you're outputting would be awesome as well. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a snapshot and an idea and just where my mind is when it comes to this type of stuff here. All right, just a few more here, guys, before we wrap it up, and then we will call it a day because, again, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Let's see here. El Pollo Loco, as my friend Chicken is like ambrosia. Yeah, I love El Pollo Loco. It's the bomb. It is. They have some amazing chicken. That's pretty much what I eat more times than not. When I'm not eating for fast food, I don't really have a lot of fast food outside of what I review, but when I do go to El Pollo Loco and get their 2-piece chicken meal. It's pretty much my fallback. Justin, fast food pit stops. When are you going to Vegas again? The wifey is in Vegas as of today, actually. I got up this morning and took her to the airport, so she's going to be gone for about 3 days visiting a friend up there. But I do plan on going back pretty soon, probably not before the end of the year. But yeah, the Vegas stuff was a blast. That was just really, really fun to do. My wife had a wedding convention. She's an event planner, so I was there accompanying and basically taking care of some other little business things on the side there because we just happened to be in the same area, so everything worked out. But I really had a lot of fun doing those reviews, Justin, so I'm glad that you enjoyed them. Let's see. Rodney Allen Rippey is an American former child actor, appeared in a TV commercial for the fast food chain Jack in the Box. Very cool, very cool. Old nerd, I appreciate that. I would love to be in a commercial with him. And heck, I went to the launch of the Brunch Fest for Jack in the Box here when they were in the West Los Angeles area, and Jack was there with his wife, in there as well. So it would be kind of cool to maybe do something like that. T-Bergs, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, let's see here. Okay, Jamie or Jaime asks, would you call yourself a good cook? I would say I'm okay. I mean, I can cook an omelet pretty well, and I make chicken and, stuff in the oven all right, meatloaf, things like that. But when it comes to being real culinary here, that's more of kind of the wifey's thing. But I do like to use some stuff in the crock pot once in a while, just the stuff to slow cook and do that. So, all right. Let's see here, going down in there. All right. Going on down here, my stuff's kind of moving kind of quick on my side over here. Curlyman, have you ever thought about podcasting? I have actually, and that could be something I would look at down the road. I know, and I've done some radio stuff in the past. So possibly something like that I can see, sharing my thoughts that way. But again, if you guys like the live format like this, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of these. I really kind of want to maybe do one of these maybe once, twice a week, maybe once to get it started and kind of see how it goes. But again, I'm conscious of the time. So we're coming up on about technically the half-hour mark because of the long start in the beginning there. So I'm going to go for maybe 5 more minutes and then we'll end it from there. And let's see if we have another comment. Okay, meet him as soon as we can. Contact. Okay. All right, very cool. I will definitely keep that in mind. Okay, what is your favorite thing you have reviewed? You know, I have to say, one of the coolest things that I've done is really some of the, and it's mostly recent because a lot of the stuff I love doing, food reviews and just building them, you know, in general there. But probably the biggest thing that I've really enjoyed lately is the food festivals. So I'd love to check out that, like, kind of like food trucks. They have a food truck festival that we do once in a while here, and there's various food trucks that are around. But I just like visiting places where there's more than one thing. And I know those are not, like, you know, highly watched videos because they're a little bit longer at the same time, and the subject matter, that type of thing. But, you know, doing the reviews at food festivals where you can actually check out various things and give you that, you know, personality of all the people that are serving the stuff there and showing the food is really pretty awesome. So I would have to say probably those. I really definitely like the food festival aspect of it there. Aside from just creating content in general, I mean, I can bang out a video literally, and I don't know, the way that I produce them, you know, usually maybe at the most it could be up to maybe 5 or 6 hours, depending, because if it's a project that I'm really trying to really do something with. But at the least, the last few that I've done, maybe 2-3 hours of, you know, filming, editing, and then timing and all that stuff there. So, you know, without a doubt, it's in there too. Let's see, what's your job besides YouTube? Well, I do a little film stuff, and I really can't get much further than that. But voiceover stuff I've done recently, and there's a few other things that I can't discuss just yet, but coming soon. But a little bit on the side, I actually have started doing Lyft here and there, which has actually been pretty interesting. So once in a while when I'm bored, I like to kind of do that, and also kind of it promotes my channel too, because I do keep my business cards in the car, and I do actually mention it to people, and sometimes I do get recognized too, which is kind of strange to me considering, but it's kind of still just an odd feeling. All right, so Fit, have a great Sunday. You as well, definitely. I appreciate you stopping in. All right, you guys, some of you guys dropping off there. Okay, very cool. You know, last time we did this, it was like at 1 in the morning there. So definitely, if you guys like this, definitely hit the thumbs up for this live stream. If you guys enjoy this format, if you want me to do some more of these and work on some different things. And again, the vision that I have is actually going to be using my 4K camera at 1080p 60 actually with YouTube Live, and that's what I've been kind of playing around with a little bit here. So there'll be some things that you'll be seeing coming soon with the quality also. But in the meantime, you guys are going to be getting a replay of this one. I appreciate you guys logging in right now. I think with that, let me jump over to YouNow just real quick before we sign off here. And everyone looks like it's all caught up on YouNow. So for you guys who are kind of just watching this on YouNow, I appreciate you guys jumping in there. Thank you so much for jumping on over. And again, youtube.com/Peep This Out. Definitely hit that subscribe button without a doubt there. And if you like the content, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, of course. That's the only reason to do it. And let's see here. One lesson, jumping over to YouTube Live. Less than a minute here. Let's see what we have. Get in touch. Okay, runtime. Have you ever done a review on the grilled cheeseburger from Five Guys? You know, I haven't, but I believe my buddy Ken Domick actually did that. He had that made. And I did something from a place called Grill-A-Mall in Alhambra, California here, called the Behemoth Burger, which is essentially the same concept. It's 2 Texas toast pieces of grilled cheese, like 2 full sandwiches. So it's 4 pieces of bread. In the middle of it is the burger and all the other good stuff there. So search that one out there, and I think you'll see something pretty similar in there. And then T-Berg's last one here. Do you think White Castle would do well out west? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I had fun checking them out over in Vegas when I did that little quickie review there, just to kind of do something small. I think it would do well. I just wish they would kind of branch out. I know it's an East Coast thing. That's where I'm from originally. But it kind of is what it is with that. Hopefully, you know, they'll make it out at some point. But if not, Vegas is not too far away, which is kind of cool. All right, guys. So I think it looks like it is wrapping up. Old nerd, take care. I think that's going to be it for me as well too here. Let me sign it off for you guys, kind of like I do on my channel. And that's it for now, gang. This is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, the live stream edition, guys. If you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Keep in touch at all the addresses that you see down in the description box down below. And as always, this is Peep This Out. You know how we do, guys. We'll definitely talk to you next time. Live stream will be probably next week. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do just yet. But again, Rogue One is coming. So, guys, thank you so much for jumping in here right now. I hope you enjoyed this. And we will definitely be back with another one, and we'll see what's up. So, guys, without a doubt, stay frosty. So, guys, thank you so much for